Hi folks, I'm glad you're all here. Thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, I don't know if this has got to do with my internet or Yellowstone, but the image is not loading. I was having internet problems and I ran a internet test to see what my speed was, and it said that my server was in Stockholm, Sweden. So I called my internet provider and they tweaked a bunch of stuff, reset my modem and all that, and now it says it's coming from Qatar. Yeah, one of those Muslim nations, so I don't know if that's the problem going on here or what. But anyways, found some real interesting information about what's going on at Yellowstone. You remember that thermal area by Fern Lake that heated up so much it burned up the trees from the ground up? Well, they got another thermal area that they have not told us about, and close to that same location there was, according to USGS, a magnitude 2.5 earthquake, but it was actually a magnitude 3. This here is the Teton fault zone, and this is close to the area where there has been an increase in activity. You'll see all the earthquakes by Shoshone Lake, and then this other location, which is Teton Plateau. Yeah, it's just north of Teton Plateau where that 3.0 earthquake occurred. I have talked about all the recent eruptions since the last major eruption, which was 250,000 years ago. This area was only about 70,000 years ago, and the lava here is over 100 feet thick. Now, what I discovered for this new thermal area, it's over here along the Belcher River, and there's a hot springs there. Let me zoom in. The image here that Google Earth is showing is from 2015. Let me fix this. And this is the area that has had increase in activity. So I did a bunch of research trying to find backpackers who like to go into the backcountry to get some more recent information. I did find some images of backpackers in this area in 2022. This image here is from 2014, September, and this is that area. Actually, it'd be off on the right here of that thermal area, and there's another thermal area off on the left, which would be probably this area right here. Now again, this is from 2015. Where this image here is 2014. So let me go to the next image. Okay. This here is 2017. North is down here at the bottom. And look how it's changed. Okay, let me go back from 2014 to 2017. And then 2020, it dried up. And they do have an image here right there where it's all dried up. Okay, this is July 25th of 2020. And then this is the image that I found of this location from some backpackers in 2022. They talked about how the water, which used to be cold, was tepid. Okay, and I got another one for you. Yeah, you can see it's still steaming as of 2022 in the different thermal areas. Let me bring it in. They have increased in temperature. And I got one more, I think. There you go. There's another one. Yeah, so we got a new thermal area that has increased in activity close to where these earthquakes have been happening. You can actually see the silica deposits here on the rocks. This here is Belcher River Hot Springs. Okay, let me bring this out. And it's close to Heart Lake, and I've talked about Heart Lake. Let me bring this out. Not far, actually, from Heart Lake, which would be over here. When Yellowstone had its last major eruption, when it did its counterclockwise rotation, it did an unzipping going down into this location, and then that's when the two resurgent domes collapsed, which would have been the Mallard Lake resurgent dome and the Sour Creek Resurgent Dome, which I still haven't put on here, it doesn't look like. Anyways, up over here, this is Fern Lake. This is the one they were talking about that was newly discovered back in 2020. Well, you think about, okay, 2020, it was all heating up. And then if you go to the images that I was showing you of July 25th, 2020, of this thermal area also heating up and actually dried up. Very concerning. It has refilled since then, according to the document that I found. Another interesting thing that's happening right now that they're just now telling us about, but they've known since at least January 7th. Let me go over here. Is economic geyser has been erupting every 5 minutes or longer every 20 minutes. Okay, supposedly that's just recently started its activity, the first time an increase in activity in over 25 years. Back in 2018, this over here is the Mallard Lake Resurgent Dome, but in 2018, activity really increased in this location. Pump Geyser started acting up. We had Ear Spring that started acting up. That one too, what was it, 50 years or longer since its eruption? That one started up. They shut down the boardwalk. Let me show you another document that I have. The temperature that was coming from Pump Geyser was over 206 degrees, and that's why they shut down the boardwalk in this location. That was on September 19th of 2018. Many of you will remember that. Here's some screenshots of some of the chatter that I captured back then. It says park geologist personnel arrived and got temperature measurements of 206 degrees Fahrenheit. This prompted a temporary closure between Doublet and Sponge around 1600. The geology staff, maintenance and law enforcement returned and announced that the entire northern section of Geyser Hill would be closed from Sulphide to Lion, including the trail to Solitary. That would be Solitary Geyser. I'll show you that. And let's bring that up. It would be up over here, right up over here. So they had a trail going up over there. A fella, one of my followers, went up there 2, maybe 3 years ago. He traveled up there, sent me a bunch of pictures. I downloaded data from 3 different monitors. This one here is the borehole 950. The one in the middle is Moose Creek, Idaho, and the one on the right is Mary Lake. And there's, let me check again because this is the only earthquake they're reporting when I checked last in the past 24 hours. Like I said, the internet's running really slow. This is the past 30 days. Here we got Shoshone Lake and Heart Lake and all the earthquakes. It's trying to load for me, but it is now showing 20 earthquakes within the last 24 hours. Yeah, very concerning because this is the area, like I said, they said it was a 2.5. It's actually a 3.0. Okay, so we got a 1.1 in the same location, a 1.7. Look how shallow that is, 1.3 miles in depth. This 1.7 was 6.4 miles in depth. The 2.5 is 3.7 miles in depth. 1.7, 5.6 miles in depth. Supposedly a 0.7. Oh, the other ones aren't on here anymore. Hold on. Alright, so now it's showing all earthquakes 7 within the last 24 hours. I'm going to try and do the last month. Yeah, it shows nothing. Absolutely nothing. Darn those hackers. Yep. Better be preparing for war. Alright, so here's the borehole. I'll just go to this right now. And you can see we got multiple earthquakes even afterwards. We got this one at 8:47. Now this is universal time. And there's its seismic signature. That's volcanic tremors. That is volcanic tremors. I'll make that one bigger for you. Right there at 10:10. That looks more like tectonic. Yeah, that's fault movement there. We got some popping of the ground that the borehole's picking up. We got another one here. That looks like tectonic. Yep, fault movement. More popping right there. And more there. Yep, and another one there. That's a slow moving tremor. More popping there and more there. So the camera's running again. I noticed, and then it stopped. I noticed that the steam coming up was pretty dirty. Yeah. So this earthquake at 8:41, that would have been AM today at the park. That's the last one they are reporting. They're saying it's a magnitude 1.1. Same location as that thermal heated, hot spring. But I come up with a magnitude 2.16. That's it right there. Let's go to the seismic signature. Yeah, fault movement. Then we got another one afterwards right there. This one's not being reported. It's a 2.59. Then we got some little ones right there. That is probably, I'll make it short, a 1.78. And then we got another one right there. I'll shorten that one up too. That comes in as a 1.84. And then another one that's a little bit bigger. Let me pull this over. I'll make that one short. I probably shouldn't. It comes in as a 1.98. And then we got some popping right there. A very small one. That would probably be a 1.12. None of these are being reported. And then another little pop. Yeah, that's harmonic tremors. Look at that. Can you see that? Yeah, that's harmonic tremors. Yeah. Okay. What happened with this one at 14:21 Universal Time, which would be 8:21 a.m., it started out as volcanic tremors. And then the pressure built, and we went into volcanic tremors. See the points? Let me bring this over. I'll have to make that larger for you. Yeah, then it went into volcanic tremors. Let me go to this one. I'll pull the whole thing. Yeah, more fault movement because of the pressure that's being applied to the crust of the earth. Yeah, not good. Now, I don't know if this area that had the hot springs ever having geysers, but you can see in this image that was taken by these backpackers in 2022, you can see an actual geyser going off. And you can see the heat coming up from the river. They said that the water was tepid. This might be from October of last year. I got links down below to all these images in the documentation. I tried to find more recent images, maybe from last year, 2023. But the first thing I looked at was the trees. I don't see any die off. Well, we do have one over here that's dying off, which would be a sign of gases coming up. If I could find anything from this year or last year, might be a better indication of what's going on there. But I only found these after looking through backpackers who go into the backcountry. In their reports was nothing about the smell or any type of earthquake activity, anything like that. They just talked about the trip and the rain and how the rain turned to snow on them and all that. But as you know, any volcano can erupt with no warning at all. And this information wasn't published until September of last year. So that is the last earthquake they are reporting. They're not reporting that one, or that one, or that one, or that one. And then we got some smaller ones over here. Yeah, right there. Let's go to the seismic signature right there. Yeah, that's fault movement. Oh, excuse me, it's not. That's volcanic. That's volcanic tremor. And then we got a little popping down here. Let's try and extract that. Yep. Anyways, that's all I have for you right now. I appreciate you watching. Please like, please share, and make sure you're still subscribed. As always, be prepared. Government's not going to come and save you, and I hate it when the internet runs so darn slow. Please put your thoughts down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.